Welcome back, everybody. Today I want to talk about the different restocks that happened at the Pokemon Center. There were some big ones, really big ones, and it made me sad that I didn't get some of them, but you know what? That's how it goes. Last week we know Pokemon 151 UPCs, ETBs showed up. If you bought the UPC, you got that Squirtle PR card that people have been looking forward to and not wanting to pay $90 for, but luckily for us, that's gone down. Now with the Pokemon Center, I will tell you, if you take anything away from this video is you need to log in to the Pokemon Center at the beginning of your day, and throughout the day you just want to hit refresh. Make sure you stay logged in, because when these drop you want the fastest checkout as possible. Now what we got to see was the Evolving Skies booster box. It showed up at the normal price of $143.64, not including taxes, if you have to pay any sort of taxes. On the right side is going to be your TCG player pricing. Now these prices were as of last night. I did this last night. I didn't record the video until today, so it could be off by a few dollars, but you get the general idea. Evolving Skies booster boxes, really expensive, right? People want them. People want them Eevees. $439 is what's going to cost you. I know some people got lucky on it. Some people, like myself, didn't get. Actually, probably the majority of people didn't get it, but that's how it goes. Now, the next one was the Sun and Moon Unbroken Bonds booster box. On the right side is your TCG player pricing. Look at that price, $620.23. Now, I will say this is an amazing set. I do love the cards from them, and the price is actually justified. And the reason why I'm showing you this, you're going to see towards the end of all this what happens to pricing depending on supply and demand, the availability or perceived availability of an actual product. So we'll get there. Next, you're going to see the Sun and Moon Forbidden Light Elite Trainer box. There was a limit too. How do I know that? Because I was one of those people that had it in my cart and was not able to actually get it. But I did somehow get the limit of 2 in there, just it wouldn't check out. That was sad because I wasn't logged in because I didn't know this was going to happen. Now you can see 5 listings on there, $158.99. So freaking expensive. Next, we had the Lost Thunder 3 booster pack coin and promo card. You can see right there off to the right, it is not even on TCG Player as of last night. Now, obviously, when these start showing up in people's hands, we're going to see what kind of pricing is going to show up there. But I just love watching the secondary market. What will honestly these will be priced at? I mean, it's just always fun to guess. What, $30, $40, $50? I mean, you have to take a look at the single pack price. You can take a look at the promo, and then you can come up with the price from there. That's what you really want to do. That's how it should be priced. But being that it's sealed, maybe people collect these, and they'll be looking to price it just a wee bit higher. Sun and Moon booster display box. So we are here. This is the one I was talking about. As you can see, on the left side, still $143.64, makes sense. On the right side, $200 on TCG Player. I will tell you, before, when this started actually happening at the Pokemon Center, the price on TCG Player was roughly $270, $275 on there. After the sale happened at Pokemon Center, it has dropped to about $200, give or take. I looked right before I did this video. It was $197 plus like $4 something worth of shipping. So there is a reason why this happened, and this is because this item sat at the Pokemon Center. People are saying like just about an hour before it eventually disappeared. I know people had problems checking out, but people started looking at this, thinking about it. Did they really want this product? Right? It showed up at the Pokemon Center. It is, I don't want to say like super old set, but it's an older set when you think about what we have now. I say older because you just think about like how many years it's been. It's not been that many years, right? It's not like this thing was printed back in 2000, not even 2010, not even 2015. But when it comes to, I feel like the last couple years, when you add in COVID and stuff, it feels like a long time. Because just think about how long ago COVID was. It feels like a really long time. But same thing, Sun and Moon, it was here. People had the chance to think about it. And plus side is you couldn't even cancel your order because it wasn't a pre-order. It's something they had on hand. It makes me wonder how many were actually sitting there. I know some people thought because how long it sat there that a bunch of orders would be canceled. But some people actually got their order confirmation that it's going to be shipped out to them. I haven't gotten my shipping notification yet, so we'll see what actually happens. For me personally, I think this is one of the nice ones that I'm able to pick up because as a person that likes these cards, as a person that like to keep sealed booster boxes, it's nice to know that what I'm getting is not fake, right? I'm getting it directly from the source. 143.64 being the MSRP that we have at this point. I don't think that's a really bad thing. So if you're interested in actually having sealed, having booster packs, having the trust that comes with the Pokemon Center that what you're getting is actually authentic. I think this is pretty awesome. I know some people wanted to take some of this stuff and flip it and make a bunch of money. That is not the case right now, anyways, when it looks to be $200 for Sun and Moon booster packs. We'll see what happens when they show up in people's hands. Now, next one we have here is the Sword and Shield 3-pack booster pack Morpeko promo card version. $12.99 was what it was on the Pokemon Center. On the right, $29.99 currently as of yesterday for this. So not too bad. It almost doubled, right? We'll see what happens there. And then you also had another stab at the base set for Sword and Shield. $275.50 was where it was at as of yesterday. And I thought that was very interesting because, you know, you have the Sun and Moon, you have the Sword and Shield, almost comparable. I guess people value Sword and Shield a little bit better than what happened with Sun and Moon. Plus, you also have, again, when I said availability, how many stuff it seems like was going to be shipped out, thinking about like a 1 hour time period. How many booster boxes does that warehouse actually have? It's amazing to me to see what they are pumping out as of last week, as of this week. Man, that warehouse must have a ton of goodies in it. Can you imagine just having a chance to go through all their different warehouses, the little nooks and crannies, right? Like if you're able to find a really old pack under the shelf, what do you think you're inside of that warehouse? What happened to slip underneath that shelf? It'll be really cool to see one day. The one thing I will tell you, outside of going on to Pokemon Center and logging in, is these are the two people I follow on Twitter. I got Pokemon Drops and then Pokemon Deals and News. I show you the little icon so you can see what it is because I don't have the username right after that. But what happened today was there are some theme decks that were put up. You see Unbroken Bonds, Celestial Storm, Let's Play Eevee, Darkness Ablaze, Vivid Voltage. So I was trying to figure out if there was some sort of pattern to all the different products that they are putting up. But as you can see, the breadth of items, right? We got booster boxes, we got ETBs, we got blisters, we got theme decks all over the place. Now it's just really, are they really just cleaning out? This happened last year too. I almost wonder if it's part cleaning out, but then also part trying to make as much money as possible for the end of the quarter. Not really sure what's going on, but make sure you follow these people and get notified when these show up. That way you're able to actually pick up some of these products directly from the Pokemon Center or wherever else they talk about. Like the one on the right is talking about Target. Okay, now I started sitting there thinking about this, and I'm like, what kind of stuff do I want to have appear at the Pokemon Center? My choices are, first off, is Cosmic Eclipse. I love that set. You can see the booster box on there, $854.98. If there is any time to make one of these reappear that people would really love, I would imagine that. But if you want to go the ETB route, right? We saw ETBs earlier. How about some Cosmic Eclipse at $394.99? That is insane. 4 listings out there on TCG Player. Or, even better, Team Up Booster Box, $2,100 on TCG Player. Can you imagine the amount of bots all over that thing? I often wonder to myself, I just said follow those two on Twitter, X. It doesn't matter what you want to call it, but there's other people out there. Do you think, and I don't know for sure because I've never really looked at other things out there, would you be one of those people that are willing to type that out and say, you know, go to the Pokemon Center right now, this is available, or is it like automated? Because if I saw that alert, like if I was actually one of those people, wouldn't I try to get that right away for myself? And sure, like let's say Team Up Booster Box actually appeared. Which one do you do? I'm going the route of buying it from the Pokemon Center myself first, because I definitely want those booster boxes. And if the booster box doesn't show up, you have the Elite Trainer box at $499.96. Other ones that I want to see, and what I'm actually picking was some of the stuff that I want myself, but isn't too far back, right? We're not going all the way back into the beginning. We're not going to the early 2000s. We're not going to do the 2010s. Something that's fairly recent. So over here, of course, you got to have the Evolutions ETBs. You got the Charizard. You got the Blastoise. You got the booster box at $800. Fairly awesome to actually own. I remember seeing those at Walmart when this whole big collector boom thing started happening with COVID. It was amazing the amount of people fighting for that stuff. And then lastly, we saw the booster boxes already for Evolving Skies. Why not throw us a bone? Why don't you just toss out some of these booster boxes here as well? So you have the Pokemon Center version on the left. On the right, will be your normal ones. You see the humongous price difference between these two. Right? And this is before the day of Pokemon Center logos. I mean, I get it. Evolving Skies with the packs, people want it. But can you imagine if there was some Pokemon Center logo inside of these? That'd be pretty insane. I don't want to imagine what the prices would be on that. Well, I will say, while I'm here talking about Pokemon, because I'm not going to do another video on this or anything like that, but that Paldean Adventure Chest came out today. This is really cool looking. There's 7 foil promo cards inside of there. You got tech stickers. You got some booster packs. You got 6 to be exact. You got 1 squishy toy Pikachu, a mini portfolio, and of course the code card. I was sitting here and I was talking to my brother and sister. I'm like, are you gonna buy this? Because this I saw on Best Buy for $50. And when you take a look at some of these blister packs, if you take a look at some of these ETBs or tins or anything like that, they normally are relative to how much a booster pack actually costs. So this being at $50, you get 6 booster packs. Let's be generous here and say the 6 booster packs are let's $5. Easy math, right? 30 bucks. So that means you have to find $20 of value out of this. And I know some people say the promo cards might be worth something. I mean, there's some awesome looking promos. I definitely want them myself. Is that worth it to buy it at $50? Or somehow, some way in the future, they will go on sale, right? So maybe wait for the sale, maybe buy the individual PR cards if you want them. I feel like that's the path I am going, even though these are really nice to begin with, right? I don't want the chest itself. I don't want the mini portfolio. Do I need the text stickers? Probably not. The squishy Pikachu toy, though. That's really cool, but I can't find myself buying it at $50. It seems overpriced to me, but feel free to write below if you think that's actually worth it. And last thing was, I just wanted to check in on the Squirtle. The Squirtle currently is sitting on TCG Player about $53. You can see the past couple sales here. Again, this is the one that you got with the UPC from the Pokemon Center. As you see the Pokemon Center logo stamped on there. So last sale was $52.49. So it's hovering at roughly about $50. That seems like an okay price to me. I was pricing it in my mind about $45. And how I land on that is because you can pick up some UPCs around 80 something dollars, right? A little bit of $80. If a normal UPC from the Pokemon Center anyways is 120 and then you have to do tax, I'm like, okay, I'll do the difference between that, add a little profit that the person wants to make for actually selling the card, taking out any sort of like eBays or TCG player fees, and I'm at $45. And this is about $50. So this is roughly around where I see the card being at. Of course, it could go up if someone buys like all of them out just because they wanted to. But I think that's a fair price for it. If it goes down below, that's an awesome deal, right? Like if it's in the 30s, if it's in the 20s, pretty awesome deal. But at the same time, I feel like that money can be used for other cards that aren't just the same card with a Pokemon Center logo stamped on there. Just It feels like a waste to me to try to collect these, but I know some people love to collect them all, which is part of Pokemon, so why not? Anyways, lastly, if you need to contact me, feel free. Here's all my information's in the description. But as always, have fun, be happy, and don't spend anything outside your budget. Have a good one.